Ladies and gentlemen, we've gotten to the very last episode of Band of Brothers, and it has been such an educational and amazing learning process. And I'm so happy for everyone that's been here. I know many of you have been liking my reactions because it's like, I don't know, I'm very quiet during these ones, but I'm just absorbing all of the information and learning about the characters and the real life people because this is such an important story. We have gotten to learn so many things about both the characters. We have seen the characters talk about that many of the Germans aren't actually bad people, that people have been taken as soldiers and they don't even want to fight the war. In the past episode, I don't remember if it was episode 8 or episode 9, I believe it's episode 9, that they were talking about that they would probably be very good friends if they knew each other in another way than instead of in the war. That they were thinking that, oh, maybe I could be very good friends with this soldier instead of having to take his life. Band of Brothers have become quickly one of my favorite TV shows of all time, and I have really liked spending time and learning and watching and doing this. I'm so happy that people have been wanting to do it with me. I know that people have been sending a lots of messages on social media, such as on Discord and on Instagram, talking about themselves in this situation, that people have been soldiers and that they have parents that actually were in the war and fighting. We have built up a community here on YouTube that has the greatest people, and I'm so grateful. There are people out here in the comment section and people watching that has seen war, people that have saved lives. We have people that have parents or friends or other family members that have done this, and it's like I love that. We all come from different places in the world, and I just notice how many of us that save lives every day. It's amazing, and I am so grateful. This is going to be kind of devastating because I'm not ready to give up on these characters. But remember that we are watching other TV shows on my channel starting after this part, obviously. We're going to be watching Arcane and The Pacific. So I want to say thank you all so much for coming in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you will hang out in The Pacific as well, or in Arcane or other movie reactions. If you would like to talk to me and connect live, you can find me and my live streams over on Twitch. If you'd like to connect on other social platforms, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Discord, which is our server. If you'd like to watch my full reaction, it's over on Patreon. Everything of the information is also linked down below. Let's say goodbye to the characters.
It was more than 3 years since Lewis Nixon and I decided to join the paratroops. And more than a year since we'd first gone to war, not knowing what would happen to us. I certainly didn't expect to find myself at a place like this.
Yeah, I heard reports about a red-headed Eskimo.
Come and join me for a morning swim?
You know me so well.
Said he had all these photographs of the 506, going all the way back to Toccoa.
What do you think you'll do after this?
I get some breakfast.
Nah, after.
Yeah, discuss the possibility of staying.
In the Army.
Yeah.
Probably gonna expect me to make something of myself. I thought maybe I'd drag you with me.
They're so adorable. I love their friendship so much.
Offering me a job?
Maybe?
We'll see how you do in your interview, but qualifications, I think, probably scrape something up.
Kitty would love this. How many brides get a wedding present from Hitler? You want to take half? I can't carry all this.
Wouldn't want that to happen.
Nice. Don't even think about it.
Winter's just laughing.
The Eagle's Nest was a surprise birthday present for Hitler, built with Nazi party money. A mountaintop stone retreat, 8,000 feet up, accessible by a gold-plated elevator.
I didn't know that.
Crown jewels of his empire. And the man was afraid of heights.
There was many things about this man that sometimes didn't make sense in the way he was thinking.
Here's to him.
Oh my god, malarkey. Jesus.
10,000 bottles of the world's finest liquor, wine, and
Oh.
champagne helped Easy Company mark the day the war in Europe came to an end.
Happy VE Day.
Yeah.
VE Day? Victory in Europe.
Happy VE Day.
You tired of eating dried up spuds 3 times a day?
Hey, you know what? I got an idea. Why don't we just shoot bull here? Feed the company for a week.
That's messed up.
Oh, God damn it, Shifty. You let him get away. Army ought to be glad to be rid of you.
General Taylor is aware that many veterans, including Normandy veterans, still do not have the 85 points required to be discharged. On this, the anniversary of D-Day, he has authorized a lottery to send one man home in each company, effective immediately. Serial number 130-66266, Sergeant Darrell C. Powers.
Shifty. He said he was missing points as well.
You got everything you need?
Yes, sir. I gathered up my loot. Pistols, mainly.
Does he have somewhere to go?
Back home in Virginia. I just don't rightly know how I'm going to explain all this.
Do you have any place to go?
You're a hell of a fine soldier, Shifty. There's nothing more to explain. 2 days later, Shifty Powers was on a truck headed for the rear and a boat home. Unfortunately, the truck was hit head-on by a drunken corporal from another regiment. Shifty had a broken pelvis, a broken arm, and a bad concussion. He survived, but had to spend the next few months in a series of hospitals. I wish I could say that he was our only casualty in Austria.
Be back in Wilkes-Barre, making babies.
Company lost 24 men killed there.
17 of those were in my company commander's plane and went down on D-Day.
So you were given command of the company on D-Day?
And that's when he found him.
In Holland, they bumped you to Battalion XO.
He's so young.
You got through Bastogne without having to fire your weapon. And you were on the line the whole time.
Yes, sir.
Can't imagine a tougher test for a leader, having to sit through a siege like that, under those conditions.
You got through it.
Oh, this is where Garnier lost his legs.
I said, why do you want to leave your men?
Well, it's not that, sir. It's just that if the war was still on in the Pacific and I could do some good over there.
Looking to have your own division someday? I'll go make a career in the Army.
I don't know, sir.
Because if you think you need more combat experience to get stars on your helmet, you've done enough.
I have 81 points.
That's just not good enough.
Can someone in the comment section please tell me what the points is like for? How do you get points and how many points do you need? That's what he meant with that wasn't the only casualty.
He was dead when they brought him in. 75 points. He was 10 points short.
The enemy had surrendered, but somehow men were still dying.
They wouldn't give me any gas. Krauts. This fucking limey wouldn't listen. Do you have any gas?
Why don't you give me a weapon? Hold on a second now, right?
What? But he's mental, what?
Not me. You'd need a brain surgeon.
You find the shooter, I want him alive. Come on, help me. Come on.
If you want him to live, you'll help me. First, by putting that away. We'll get there faster.
Oh my god.
Is him?
When you talk to an officer, you say sir.
He's not gonna do it.
Have the MPs take care of this piece of shit.
Crowd surgeon says he's gonna make it.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, tough guy on your feet. Come on. Move.
Captain Sobel?
Major Winters?
Captain Sobel, we salute the rank, not the man.
It's been a long while since we saw Sobel last time. I think last time was like before Bastogne even. When was the last time we saw him? Like episode 3 or 4?
You fought bravely, proudly for your country. You are a special group. You found in one another a bond that exists only in combat. Among brothers who've shared foxholes, held each other in dire moments, who've seen death and suffered together. I'm proud to have served with each and every one of you. You deserve long and happy lives in peace.
What the hell happened to them?
New Jersey, huh?
Yeah.
Weak.
He's gonna drag him out.
Time to go to bed.
He actually did go out.
But Compton came back to see the company to let us know that he was all right. He became a prosecutor in Los Angeles. He convicted Sirhan in the murder of Robert Kennedy and was later appointed to the California Court of Appeals. David Webster became a writer for the Saturday Evening Post.
Oh.
And later wrote a book about sharks. In 1961, he went out on the ocean alone and was never seen again.
What? Excuse me?
Johnny Martin would return to his job at the railroad and then start his own construction company. He splits his time between Arizona and a place in Montana. George Luz became a handyman in Providence, Rhode Island. As a testament to his character, 1,600 people attended his funeral in 1998.
Oh my God.
Doc Rowe died in Louisiana in 1998. He'd been a construction contractor. Frank Percani returned to Chicago and worked a postal route as a mailman. Joe Liebgott returned to San Francisco and drove his cab. Bull Ranneman was one of the best soldiers I ever had. He went into the earth-moving business in Arkansas. He's still there. Alton Moore returned to Wyoming with a unique souvenir, Hitler's personal photo albums. He was killed in a car accident in 1958. Floyd Talbert, we all lost touch with in civilian life until he showed up at a reunion just before his death in 1981. How we lived our lives after the war was as varied as each man. Carwood Lipton became a glass-making executive in charge of factories all over the world. He has a nice life in North Carolina. Harry Welsh, he married Kitty Grogan, became an administrator for the Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania school system.
Did he get many babies, as he said he was going to?
He stayed in the Army, served in Korea, in 1958 returned to Germany as governor of Spandau Prison. He retired a lieutenant colonel.
Let's go, Spears.
Easy company! Cool circle!
For Easy Company, it was D-Day plus 434.
This morning, President Truman received the unconditional surrender from the Japanese. War's over.
Regardless of points, medals, or wounds, each man in the 101st Airborne would be going home. And each would have to rejoin the world as best he could. Lewis Nixon had some tough times after the war. He was divorced a couple of times. Then in 1956, he married a woman named Grace, and everything came together for him. He spent the rest of his life with her, traveling the world. My friend Lou died in 1995. I took up his job offer and was a personnel manager at the Nixon Nitration Works until I was called back into service in 1950 to train officers and rangers. I chose not to go to Korea. I'd had enough of war. I stayed around Hershey, Pennsylvania, finally finding a little farm, a little peaceful corner of the world, where I still live today. There is not a day that goes by that I do not think of the men I served with who never got to enjoy the world without war.
A very unusual feeling. It's a very unusual happening, and it's a very unusual bonding.
We knew that we could depend on each other, and so we were a close-knit group.
Just brave, so brave is unbelievable. And I don't know anybody that I admire more than Bill Garnier and Joe Toy, and they were very, very special.
I'm just one part of the big war, that's all. One little part. And I'm proud to be a part of it. Sometimes it makes me cry.
Real men, the real heroes, are the fellas that are still buried over there and those that come home to be buried.
Seemed like you figured that you thought that you could do just about anything. And after the war was over and you came back out, why, you lost a lot of that. Or at least I did. I lost all that confidence.
He's hoping to stay alive, that's all.
Henry V was talking to his men. He said, "From this day to the ending of the world, we in it shall be remembered. We lucky few, we band of brothers. For he who today sheds his blood with me shall be my brother."
Do you remember the letter that Mike Ranny wrote me? Do you remember how he ended it? I cherish the memories of a question my grandson asked me the other day when he said, "Grandpa, were you a hero in the war?"
He
Grandpa
was.
said, "No, but I served in a company of heroes."
Oh my God. Oh, damn it. I've done some research already, and the thing is, none of them are alive today. If I'm not wrong, Richard Dick Winters passed away back in 2011, and the last one that was alive was Edward Shames, and he passed away back in December last year, so a month ago actually. This has been such an incredible ride. I really liked it, I loved it, and I want to say thank you to everyone that has been talking about this so proudly and so loud in the Discord. I would have probably never watched it unless it was so much talked about in the server, and I really appreciate it. I think maybe this is one of the best TV shows produced that I've seen, which gave me so much emotions, and it just made me feel some sort of way in every single episode, and you never knew what would happen in like the amount of time for 5 minutes. As I said in the last episode as well, I'm so grateful for being able to just sit here and not need to worry about that kind of stuff, because I know that I'm safe here, and many of us are safe, and there's many people that are not, and it's like, war is still happening in the world. There's a war in many places of the world. Band of Brothers have really been a TV show that I've been loving. It's the very first TV show that I watched and react to here on my channel, and I want to say thank you all for being a part of my journey, both when it comes to watching it and the educational part of the journey. So thank you. I hope to see you in the next series, which is, as I said, either Pacific or Arcane. Mostly Pacific, because I'm still in my World War II bubble where I need to learn about everything happening and everything going on. If you want to see all my other reactions to Band of Brothers, it's in the description box. Same with like Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan. Totally check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to watch my full reaction, it's over on Patreon. If you'd like to connect with me on other social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. Everything is linked down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the journey, and I'll see you in the next part. Bye, guys.